Bam, we're live. Good morning. Rambler, what's up first? Stock market's up? What's this? Stock market's up 4%? No. Really? No. Really? Why would that happen? Mineral deal with Ukraine? Ukraine? How can they sign a mineral deal with Ukraine if there's a war there? What the fuck is that about? Ah, yes. Mr. Jake Chapman. Good to see you, buddy. Up in the middle of the night in the United States, driving long hours? Tune into the Sevon podcast and listen to Jake Chapman's soothing voice. You may only understand every fifth word if you're an American, but you'll feel like you're with a friend. Joseph Ramirez, what's up, dude? Eric, hey, Mike. After the show last night, I realized I hadn't worked out yesterday. That sucked. I mean, it was okay once I started. I finished the show regarding the great karma of Mr. Mitchell Hooper. And then I went inside and there was dinner there. It was late. It was probably like, I don't know, 8:30 here. I was just thinking about making a bowl of steak, and then I realized I hadn't worked out. So I worked out. The kid said, "Would you put me to sleep?" I said, "No, you don't want me to get fat." They said it's too late. I was like, "I know, but I gotta at least fight the battle." And I stayed up till midnight. Good morning. Good morning. Whoa, 2 girls in a row. 2 girl comments in a row. Mr. Schweitzer, good morning. Congrats on it. Looks like the channel's getting has picked up some traction, by the way. Congratulations. Every time I go on there, there's like more and more people. That team you have, I'm talking about the Clydesdale YouTube channel. Scott's got this pretty cool team of people. Him and Prevo and Jerry, sorry, Jamie, and the beautiful Miss Jamie Latimer. They got a flow going. It's good. Slater, what's up, dude? Jeffrey. Hey, so you know what I did, Jeffrey? I was tired, and I went into the garage, and I was like, I need to make an. It was late by now. It was like 9:30, and I was gonna make an attempt at I was gonna make an attempt at the 10 unbroken touch and go squat cleans at 135, but I didn't. I went up to I think I did one at 165. And then I just sat there and I think I did doubles with 135 for like 20 minutes on the minute or something. There was my TV told me that the Lakers and Timberwolves were in the final game of some basketball game. Anyway, I watched basketball for while I did that. There was 8 minutes left on the clock, but it took 30 minutes for it to play out. I thought I liked basketball. That was not enjoyable. I did not enjoy that. The other team looks so much better than the Lakers. What are they? The, something Wolves. The something Wolves. Oh, Cat's new dating show is doing well also. Yeah, good. I always miss it until the very end. I always miss it until the very end. It's you wanna hear something weird about that show? It's kind of hard for me to watch it because I always think that maybe her kids or her parents are watching it. But, and I'm always like, boy, because shows like that need some, um, risque stories. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know if her kids or her parents watch it, but that's what I think sometimes when I'm watching it. I get a little nervous. Like yesterday when I was doing the Mitchell, Hooper show, I was like, "What if his mom and dad see this?" I wouldn't want anyone talking bad about my kids. So, uh, I think that's why, I think that's why we lost, Miss Shanna Medeiros as a listener. I don't think it was, you know, it probably wasn't fun for her to listen to Justin get criticism or get, represented in a way that didn't align with her. I often wonder if Sevon knows the name of the subject but fakes it for engagement. Often knows the name. I wonder if Sevon knows. Oh, like if I'm like, Like, if I'm, uh whose name did I just say? Was it Mitchell Hooper? I keep catching myself. Last night, I was not calling someone said I was calling Mitchell Hooper Luke Stoltzman. Last night, I was not doing that on purpose. What happens is what happens is, I'd say 51% of the time, I just can't remember the person's name. It's just like a smorgasbord in my head, and the 49% of the time, as I'm articulating that I can't remember the person's name or I'm just taking a stab at it, um, I remember it, and so I just follow through with that I don't know it. You know what I mean? Like, it's if you asked your wife, "Hey, what time do the kids have to go to?" And then I remember, I'll just say, "To jujitsu," and then let her answer anyway. You know what I mean? I won't be like, "Hey, what time do the kids have to go to?" "Oh, never mind, I remember, 3 PM." I don't I might just go with the first thought. But I am, it is very difficult for me at times to fish out names and words. I've always been like that. I feel a word in my loins. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Come on, Jake. I watched the first half hour this morning of the Mitchell Hooper show when you said that if we cheat on our wives, it's their fault if they can't get over it. Holy shit, you're such a douche. I think that's what you were saying. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am not saying I don't know if I should. Standy, Sevon thinks cheating on your pregnant wife is okay. You nailed it 100%. You guys suck. Sevon defends cheaters. Holy shit. Holy shit. My wife asked me when I went, "How was your show?" I said, "They prolapsed my anus, but other than that." Isn't that your stance? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Christine Young, if the takeaway from last night's show is that if your wife cheated on you, you'd be okay. All right. All right. All right. Well, hey, I'm open to the fact that I'm open to the fact that maybe that was maybe I don't even have maybe I have no idea what I'm articulating. Maybe you guys are right. Shit. What do I know? Oh my goodness. Yawn, 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 yawn. If I don't read your comment and I pull it up, I do that on purpose. I believe that the live viewers who are watching on TV deserve to see it, but I'm not reading that shit. Oh my goodness. Defender of the victims. You guys are insane. Oh, you make me wanna vomit, Mr. Aaron Fraser. I, um I got a response from this, gentleman, Ryan Dawson. I don't know if any of you took me up on my suggestion to watch his, video. He did a video with Ian Carroll the other day. If you wanna get just super red pilled, I mean, um, I watched a video of his, and he was basically talking about people who are new to being red pilled and how they get really excited, and I'm not sure exactly the words he used. He wasn't completely, he wasn't, like, demeaning them, but he says they get off the mark, and, I felt like he was describing me in a way, like, you get red pilled and you start seeing a little deeper into things, like, you get closer to the cause, or you know, um, you find out that there's more to, let's say, the, uh, uh trade tower bombings or trade tower explosions, the fall of the World Trade Center, and you go one layer deeper into what may or may not have happened, and then you stop there and kind of fixate on that, and you don't keep following the trail. Or like the moon landing, I've seen all these videos where they talk about how the moon landing is fake, and they show wires, and they talk about the way it was filmed and all this stuff. But then if you go one layer deeper, you get to where people are saying basically it's a giant money laundering operation to take tax money from the taxpayers, right? Make them think we have a space program and then just tax them, and then that's a good way to launder the money. You can just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. And basically he's saying, some people kind of just stop. That was my take. Anyway, yeah, I think he could. I think, yeah, he could. He could. I don't know if that's the correct word, but that's definitely what some people would say. If you listen to this guy, you might get radicalized. You definitely, if you start going 3 or 4 or 5 layers deep, and you get deeper and deeper, then it becomes more and more difficult to communicate with people. I'll give you an example of one of the things he talks about. He basically talks about the people at the top who have all the money, who are pulling the strings. They're not actually blackmailing so much our congressmen and our senatormen and senators and our presidents and our leaders. More what they're doing is they're blackmailing this middle class of people who are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and, and then they tell them who to donate their money to, right? So you don't blackmail Joe Biden. You blackmail, let's say, Mark Zuckerberg instead, and then tell him to give $400 million to the Kamala Harris campaign. Shit like that. And so Ryan Dawson is a historian from the College of William and Mary with over 20 years of political activism in a variety of mediums: blogging, radio, books, film, and television. He's so great to listen to. That Ian Carroll video, he doesn't talk much, but if you start watching his other videos, he talks a lot. Uh, Ryan Dawson has appeared multiple times on Russia Today, Press TV, Indus News, Sputnik, CNN, Headline News, MSNBC, The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, Al Jazeera, Anti-War Radio, Eddie Bravo Radio, George Galloway, Pat Buchanan, a variety of other radio shows and podcasts. He's extremely knowledgeable. I think what it's called geopolitical events. What is this? This is the stock market? Is the stock market really doing this? Stock market. Is it really up 9%? Um, how do I how do I how do I find out what do I go to? I type in stock market into Google and put in news. How come I put in all and I can't see the stock market? Stock market. What if I put stock market live? Stock market today: Nasdaq leads, Dow hires Microsoft and Meta earnings. Lilly slides 5%. Stock market jumps after Microsoft Meta surge on earnings. U.S. markets worldwide and stock quotes. 30 minutes ago, Dow is up 700 points. I don't know why it won't give me a ticker. Shouldn't Google just give me a ticker? How come they don't give me a ticker? What if I put stock market ticker? Is that what it's called? That thing, stock market ticker? I don't know. Ken Walters, I'm telling people to buy. Buy, buy, buy. Anyway, it would be great to get this guy on. There's he's got a bunch of films: War by Deception, Decades of Deception, Empire Unmasked, God is Not a Real Estate Agent, Trump's Ball and Chain, Zionist Ball and Chain. Wow. Page not found. Yeah, and he's super anti-war. He's super anti-war. He has he thinks that what's going on in Gaza is a genocide. I think that'll be good for me to hear that. Just to hear his perspective, because I don't think that at all, not even a little bit. but it'll be good for me to hear, "Oh, stock market is down 10%." Shut the fuck up, Pat. No one asked you. Just quiet. No one asks you. You've been censored. If you think Facebook is gonna make it on their version of Google Glasses, you're retarded for buying it. You say that, but, they've sold 2,000,000 pairs. You're talking about those Ray-Ban Metas? They've sold 2,000,000 pairs, and the 2 people I know who have them absolutely love them. And someone sent me a clip. I went to lunch with the founder and CEO of Fit Aid the other day, Aaron, and he had them on, and he recorded a little bit of our conversation and then sent me the clip, and the image quality is insane, and it's smooth. It's very smooth, very smooth. Oh, I've never seen David contribute a line like this. Let's talk about Muslims are buying all churches all over Florida and converting them into mosques. Mm. Fit Aid tastes like a clit. Mm, okay. I ordered my first Starlink this morning. And now I gotta go to I haven't done this in 20 years. I gotta go to, like, an AT&T store and a Verizon store and get 2 SIM cards. And basically, we got this thing called a bonded router, and theoretically, and I think it's gonna work, it takes both SIM cards and the Starlink. You plug them all into it simultaneously so that we can stream, NorCal. This shit's expensive, man. This shit's gonna break me. It's gonna end up costing me a fortune to stream, NorCal and Syndicate. I'm gonna have to dip into my savings. My savings. I don't even have a savings. My wife has a savings. I'm gonna have to dip into my wife's savings. No, I didn't buy the Starlink online. I bought it online. I got there's one called the Mini, and then there's one up from that called the Roam, and it looks like it's really easy to, set up. So, yeah, it was, no, it wasn't $700. It was $500, and it wasn't only $500. Rambler, you sound like my kids. It wasn't only $700. It was $500, and then there's, like, some monthly fee of 165 a month. I hate that shit. I hate monthly fees. Friend could stream NorCal for 5 grand. That's awesome. That's awesome. Uh, you guys wanna talk about stay-at-home dads being cucks? You guys know Sabir and Kelly live in, Trinidad, Tobago. You guys know that? I don't I have no idea where that is. If I had to guess where that is, I would think it's, like, out there by Cuba. Is it? Is it, like, Jamaica? Trinidad? Is it, like, one of those islands out there? Trinidad, Tobago? Am I even close? Oh, it's near Venezuela? Is it an island? Oh, more south than, Cuba. So it's off the coast of South America, way, way further south. How would you know that? How do you know where that is? Why would you it's, how does a guy in India know that it's off the coast of Venezuela? No, they're saying it's not in the Caribbean. I don't think off the coast is the Caribbean. I wanna meet Sabir and Kelly, me too. This is their, I think this is their new prime minister. This is kind of hard to understand, but we'll get into it here in a minute. Listen to her. Here we go.
Home invasion laws and legal firearms. And when the brutal rapists and criminals come into your homes, I tell you again, load up your matic, light them up, empty the clip. Home invasion laws.
Home invasion laws.
And legal firearms.
And legal firearms.
And when the brutal rapists and criminals come into your home.
And when the brutal rapists and criminals come into your home.
I tell you again.
I tell you again. She sounds like Martin Luther King.
Load up your matic.
Load up your magics. Load up your magics. Oh, we can hear her, dude. Oh, quiet. It's not about hearing her. It's because her English doesn't sound like my English. I'm trying to figure out what she says. Of course, you can hear her. It's about her enunciation. I appreciate the translation. Thank you. Load up your magics. Load up your matics. Oh, short for automatic. Wow. How does Devesh? What the fuck? Indian people really are smarter than us black people. Crazy. How the fuck does he know that stuff? She hasn't said anything about curry yet, or fried rice, or whatever you eat.
Light them up.
Light them up. I know what that means.
Empty the clip.
Empty the clip. Load up your matics, light them up, and empty the clip. I will allow this beautiful message despite the misuse of the term clip. I wonder what... Oh, is it that bad over there? I wonder if Trump will borrow that same speech. Her name is like Kamala, but not Kamala. It's Kamala. Kamala doubles down on comments, empty the clip and reload. Reckless Kamala, and she holds up the paper. What is this? Opposition leader Kamala Persad. Why do they call her opposition leader? Because she... I don't know why that's called that. Persad Bisasar makes no apologies for her comments on how people should deal with criminals in light of home invasions. This is for you, by the way, Sabir. Persad Bisasar recently came under fire for her light them up position as she doubled down on her advocacy for citizens to have the right to bear arms. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley was among those who condemned the stance and is quoted as saying the advice was reckless and irresponsible. But speaking at a cottage meeting hosted by the United National Congress at Palms Club, San Fernando, on Thursday, the opposition leader didn't back down on her position. She said, just like Conor McGregor. She said, I apologize to absolutely no one for saying to light up criminals who are invading homes, killing mercilessly, and forcing you to live in fear. Empty the clip and reload. I don't know why. The concern should be not that she said that, but your country's in a state of in a situation where someone needs to say that. Yeah, good point. Get with the programming. Came under fire is an interesting choice of words there. Yeah, I agree. Do you guys think Mitchell's wife is going to make a post? Do you think she's going to drag him? Is that the right term? Drag? That means like you got like your legs tied behind a horse and you get dragged, but dragged. Did I use that right? Kind of a fun term, right? That person's going to get dragged. Is she going to drag him? You think she is, Yash? What is it? A woman's wrath scorns no scorn. Scorn of a woman's wrath knows no scorn. Wrath. What the fuck is that line? A woman's wrath knows no scorn. Woman's wrath knows NOW no scorn. What the fuck is that line? A woman's anger, especially when scorned. Here it is. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Meaning, even in hell, it's not as bad as a woman who's scorned. It's from a 1697 play. What does that mean, scorned? Scorn is the past tense and past. To treat someone or something with scorn implies disdain, contempt, or rejection. Yeah, he rejected her. I don't know what disdain means. Disdain means treating someone like they're unworthy. Yeah, I could see how she might feel that way. I could see that if her husband banged her best friend, she might feel rejected or unworthy. I watched that show. I can't believe you wasted 2 hours on that guy. I don't know. Here's the thing, man. It's so incredible how tight that loop is. It's like if you were gonna throw a rock at someone, and as you threw the rock, your hand hit something in front of you. You didn't, let's say a pole or a tree, and you broke your hand. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Do you guys think that he did the right thing by not standing by his buddy Luke Stoltzman? Like, do you think, like, if we found out Cole Sager cheated on his wife, that James Sprague shouldn't be his friend anymore? That's what it would be like. So he doesn't stand by his friend Luke Stoltzman, and then he tries to ass pound John for saying that that John didn't appreciate the first trans professional sporting event, which is affectionately known as a strong woman, that he found them unattractive. And then 4 months later or whatever, he's banging his wife's best friend. I still can't believe this whole genre of people. We have people in our ecosystem. I have friends who are doing it too, who are airing their dirty laundry. Listen, I'm all for sharing shit. I'm all for telling you about how I cut my pubes, or showing you my cool ass feet, or letting you know how great my kids are, or the fact that I've never had a one night stand because it was too hard getting laid. So every girl I actually got, I needed to keep. I'm fine with all that. But listen, if I had a micro penis and my wife was cheating on me, I sure as fuck wouldn't be sharing it with you guys. Yeah, Julie Foucher. So many people do that. It's like, dude, why are you doing that? What reality do you live in that you think that the internet's the place to go to when your shit's fucking coming apart? At my harem. Yeah. That's how you get around cheating. Like, if you're an enlightened cheater, if you're one with Jesus, if you're one with Yeshua, you don't cheat, you have a harem. What's wrong with a micro penis? I don't know. If I had one, I wouldn't tell you. If I had a micro penis, how I'd probably handle it is I would overcompensate and tell you how big my penis is all the time. Just saying. Guys, you have to Google micro penis. It's not what you think it is. It's not a small penis. Oh, you do say that. Oh. A micro penis, it's just the helmet sitting on the ball sack. It's just the helmet sitting on the ball sack. You ever seen one of those tomatoes? Does anyone here grow tomatoes? And sometimes there'll be a tomato that has like a little tiny tomato growing like out of it, just a little tiny one. It's like that. You don't want your balls dwarfing the size of your penis. Hi, caller. Hello.
Hey, Siobhan.
Hi.
Hello.
Is
Hey,
my
I
voice
just got done
different today?
No.
Okay.
I just got done listening to last night's video, and I heard the caller like towards the very end, that woman.
Yeah, she was very passionate,
And
right?
yes. And
People, just really quick, people think
ju-
they're gonna call in here and ass pound me. You know that? Like, people get fired up and they call in here and think they're gonna ass pound me, and then I just fucking cast a spell on their ass.
I was gonna say you made her go from midnight from midnight to 6.
Yeah, she
very
made me a little
quickly, yeah.
horny too. I'm not gonna lie. Angry women make me horny. I all I think is I have the cure for your anger. That's all I think the whole time.
God, I wish I could. I wish I had that skill.
Don't you ever just when your wife's angry at you, just go over and just rail her?
No.
Oh, all right.
No. I'm not not that cool. When that happens, I get insecure.
I get that
And then
too. I'm not gonna.
douchebag.
Sometimes I get insecure. I get yeah. I would say 50% of the time, at least 50% of the time, I get insecure too. Like the ground you're standing on is being pulled out from underneath you. You realize what a bitch you are and how much you depend on your wife. I hate that part. But other times I just go shut up and I just rail her.
Well, shit. I hope I can
Just
learn
try
that.
it.
That sounds super efficient.
It's so efficient. It's so efficient.
That's funny. Well, anyways, I don't want to be an annoying caller. I just want to say, because this is the second time I felt this way in a couple of days. The same way that Hiller almost seemed like he just is writing off Cale Layman as a horrible dude, is the same way that this caller was like, what is there to figure out? Like she wanted to just cast Mitchell Hooper off as like a horrible person. I just can't relate to that, even though both of those things are horrible, Cale and Mitchell Hooper. But you can't. There's like 99 or more % of these people that you don't know anything about. I just can't. I don't understand how there can be no compassion or empathy for these people whatsoever. Like how you can say that that's horrible, and you can also be compassionate at the same time. I just can't relate.
How do you cultivate?
Let
me ask you this: how do you cultivate your compassion? I wonder if it's the same way I do. What makes you? Why? Like you know that this dude was married, and when you get married, you're obligated to your wife, and you're not supposed to cheat, and you're really vulnerable. And then the person finds out you did stick your dick in someone else's vagina, and then for some reason, the way we're programmed, that hurts, right? Like that that's gonna hurt her. But then somehow you have compassion. How do you have compassion for him? Like, where do you cultivate that from? What's your thought? Do you know what your thought process is that makes you go, well?
Yeah, I mean, I guess without like, I would like to get a coffee and sit on a bench and think about that for a few hours to give you a good answer. But just thinking about it quickly, I mean, I think two things. I think one, I've fucked up before, big time.
Right.
So I can
relate I like that one.
To some extent.
Yeah.
And then number two is like there could be many traits of a person. So he could be an incredible dad. He could there could be millions of redeeming qualities about both these people, and this one shitty quality that happens to be public is just people are just focusing on that quality and that quality only. I don't know. Yeah, and that pretty much covers it. Like I said, I don't want to be an annoying.
No. And then just don't say that again. No wonder you don't throw your wife down and fuck her. That you're being too insecure.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen.
Okay.
And also the context of it all, right? Like 2 of my buddies have cancer right now, and I think about them every single day, like 10 times a day. And 2 people I really like. Good fucking people, man. And so I just think, would I rather come home and Nick be fucking balls deep in my wife, or would I rather my wife have cancer? It's like I would rather Nick be balls deep in her. I don't wish any. There's no. I can't think of anything my wife could do that I would want her to be. So I put it in context. If I just spend 2 seconds thinking about it and put it in context, I'm like, man. But that being said, I really do like the Mitchell Hooper story. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's so fucking crazy, right?
Yeah, I think it does, and you made this point, and I think this is so true. It does kind of you did a good job of showing that a lot of these people who are virtue signaling are trying to compensate for their own flaws.
Yeah.
Like directly.
Yeah. And the thing is I wouldn't want Mitchell. I would take me as my best friend over Mitchell Hooper 10,000 times to 1 because just for what he said to Luke Stoltzman.
Oh yeah, I mean that's
like I don't want to people are tripping, and it's not because he cheated on his wife, it's because how he reacts in times of struggle. Do you remember when there was a compilation put out of Joe Rogan saying the word nigga or something? There was this compilation put out and they tried to cancel him. And people were standing up.
Funny.
All these people were standing up for him, right? Like I remember even Israel Adesanya, the black amazing UFC fighter. He's like, "Hey, fuck that. That's my nigga. I give him the pass," right? Fucking Jocko's like, Jocko comes out and he's like, "Well, I really like Joe, but I'm concerned about his drinking and his mushroom usage." It's like, fuck you, dude. From then on, I thought Jocko was a complete hoe. Like just a bitch.
I mean that's like
fuck you. Like, hey, call him and tell him that. Like I don't need enemies if I have friends like that.
That's bad dude 101. Like that's easy bad dude.
Yeah. That exposed like Jocko to me like completely. Like I get it. I see who you are.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that's like you're instantly in the category in my mind of bad dude.
And
not bad person, but bad dude. Like not. I don't want to be your bro.
And if I had a special wand and I could undo Mitchell Hooper's situation, I would. If I could be like, if I could somehow go back in time and tell him, "Hey, dude, this isn't going to play out good for you." But that being said, hopefully this changes him, right?
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Do you think if you did that, then he like wouldn't do it again, like a year from now?
No, and you're absolutely right. That's why that's why it's so stupid to think that you're helping people. And think about how good it is. What if he would have just kept fucking that chick for another 5 years, and him and his wife would have grown further and further apart and had this miserable relationship when he's at home because he's hiding that shit from her.
When you said that, that is incredibly true.
Yeah, you need things to
incredibly
evolve.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the relief, like eventually he won't even know it. And I think maybe his recovery will come from a lot from this, but he will have a ton of relief when the dust settles. And I mean, because shit, how can it get worse than it is now for him?
Hey, when people call in, I don't ask who it is because I want people to be able to speak freely and anonymously. Do you think that I should ask what their names are? Jan just posted, how hard is it to introduce yourself when you call in? But I don't think you need to know people's names, do you? Or do you?
No, I've never felt that way.
Okay, good.
I didn't think it was necessary.
Okay.
Do you think it's necessary?
I mean, I always want to ask people's names, but I don't, just so that other people will feel comfortable calling in anonymously. Like that lady yesterday, I was dying to know who it was, but I didn't ask her name. But then I also thought when Grant called, it was Pat Lang yesterday, so I had that all fucked up.
I thought it was too. I shared your disappointment when it wasn't. Nothing against Grant, but something about Pat I don't know.
Did you
his
see,
opinion at this point is more entertaining to me.
Did you see Pat on Glinton Things?
No, I don't watch Glinton Things.
Oh, that podcast is amazing. That's a really good, but that's I recommend.
You give it your seal of approval.
Oh man, it was so good. He's such a good guest.
And I really like Dale, the Dale podcast, by the way.
Oh, you do? Oh, good.
It's really good.
Yeah, Greg was on last week, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I keep meaning to watch that. I haven't watched that one yet.
They just shot the shit. I thought Dale would kind of like bring his niche to Greg, but just kind of shoot the shit. It was cool.
Dale's crazy smart. He's one of my favorite guests.
Yeah, I feel like I still have not seen the extent of his intelligence because he's always just like being a normal dude.
Yeah.
But he's obviously extremely accomplished. So I want to eventually see a topic or a subject where I can see like how smart that motherfucker really is.
Yeah, he's really smart. I would love
Yeah.
to hear a conversation between him and this guy, Ryan Dawson.
Yeah, I haven't looked into the Ryan Dawson yet. But so is Ryan Dawson just trumps Dave Smith when it comes to like international knowledge?
Oh boy, that's a good question. I started watching a video of Dave Smith and Ryan Dawson together from 5 years ago. This guy Ryan Dawson is so articulate and he speaks a lot using timelines, and it's so palatable to me. He connects crazy dots. He connects so many facts.
That's good to know. So I do a job where I go into all these businesses and try to sell them stuff. And I work with in a part of Detroit where there's a bunch of people from Yemen, and what they say about the Israel-Gaza conflict, I didn't know anything about it. They started talking to me about it and talking about how the U.S. news is all bullshit, which is wasn't obviously not news to anybody. But they were like, hey, go watch Dave Smith and learn about it, like these business owners. And I did, and it seemed like Dave Smith, like his depth of knowledge is crazy on at least that subject. So you're saying this Ryan guy is even more in depth than
I don't
Dave?
know I don't know. I haven't listened to a lot of Dave Smith. Most of the Dave Smith I listen to is like he's the comedian, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. It's
I hardly think of him like that anymore. But yeah.
I have an emotional block or an intellectual block when people start going after Israel and start saying stuff like they start saying stuff that I don't care about. Like they control the world, or okay, fine. Well, someone it's like the World Trade
That's crazy. That's exactly what these people said.
Yeah, it's like the World Trade Center bombings. People will be like, it wasn't the planes. I'm like, okay, and they just get stuck on that. But we know the towers fell down. Like I was in those towers and they did fall, not when they fell down, but before. And then I went to New York after and they're not there. So someone blew them up. And like, if you tell me it's not Osama bin Laden, it's the CIA, cool. I'm open to hearing about it, but people act like they uncovered like some sort of, I don't know what it is. I don't know what they think they uncovered. But it's not but like the moon landing to me is totally different. Either it happened or it didn't happen, and then like and it's cool to hear the explanation of why they faked it. But there's just something about when people start blaming Israel and they're like, they're in control. It's like, okay, well, we didn't even know who was in control of the United States for 4 years that Biden was in office. We have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think they put these people. Because by the way, these are like I love these business owners. They're good dudes. I've known them for a while, and then they started talking about this, and I don't really know, but they put it in context of how small someone from Gaza must feel when they're up against the people who control the world. So
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
That's the context that they put it in.
Those people, I am telling you, they need to leave. For them and their future generations, they need to leave.
Leave the United States, or
no, leave Gaza.
Gaza.
Yeah, there's just a time when you just have to leave. They just have to leave. And
you could
argue all you want, or whether it's fair, unfair. I don't care if you win. You can tell me that it's impossible to leave. You can tell me any story you want. At the end of the day, my position still is right now, hey, they need to leave. Like if I'm there, I'm fucking leaving. But Sevon, you can't leave. Oh yeah,
family.
What? Say that again.
I said definitely if you have a family too. To me, that's makes it almost a no-brainer.
Yeah, and we know that they can leave because they've come across the southern border. I've seen videos where Jorge Ventura interviews a guy and he's like, "Where are you from?" And he's like, "Gaza." Like, holy
no shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Everyone came across the border.
Damn. And what the fuck is that journey like? From Gaza to Mexico across the southern border?
Hey, if you ever do, the next time your wife gets angry at you or she's crying or upset, and you just go over to her and pull her pants down and rail her, will you call and tell me how it went?
Yeah, I will. I feel like I need to evolve a lot as a person before that. But
how old is she?
She's 29.
Oh, maybe wait a couple years. The like when they turn 30 to 40, that thing's just ready to go at all times. Give it another year.
But mentally, are they ready to go at any time?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's
At
the concern.
30, they don't even care. At 30, they can hate fuck. They don't even care. I don't know what happens to a woman, but 30 to 40, they can do stuff.
Okay, good to know.
It's only going to get better. Hey, and I also want to tell you, I have a lot of compassion for you. Being a salesman in Detroit, that sounds like trying to sell water next to a geyser. I mean, when I think of Detroit, I think of the whole city's fighting over 2 nickels.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but what I'm selling makes sense for Detroit. So,
Oh, you're selling zip ties to the police department.
Dude, you are connected. I actually do sell zip ties.
All right, I knew it.
What the fuck? How'd you know that?
Because that's the only business that could be flourishing in Detroit.
That's crazy.
All right, thank you.
That's all right. Yeah, thank you. All right, bye.
They call me the Oracle of Delphi, Oracle of Savon. This can't really trying to get blogs starting unprovoked shit. I ain't got time for this. This can't really trying to get blogs starting unprovoked shit. I don't have time for this. I am not. I'm not. You're not hating on Kale Lehman. He cheated on his pregnant wife, you absolute walnut. You called it Indian guy a walnut? You called him a walnut? Oh my goodness. Holy shit, guys. Are you guys not listening? Stop commenting and listen to the damn show. Wow, I just went through a lot of don't do that. Don't start unprovoked shit. You're making me very angry. I do not like that. Do not start unprovoked shit. I will turn my Microsoft security guards onto you. Storm Williams, Israel has snipers shooting babies at the border. I saw a picture the other day of a kid chopped in half, a Palestinian kid chopped in half. It was brutal. It was on a rooftop, and the torso and head were one place, and the body was somewhere else. It was a kid, maybe 3 or 4. And my wife's like, that shit's really happening? I'm like, yes. She's like, that's not fucking cool. I'm like, you're right. But listen, let me paint a scene for you. Let me paint a scene for you. You live in your house, and your neighbor, this isn't a direct metaphor or a direct metaphor. I'm just but a valid situation. Your neighbor, right, is slowly killing all of your other neighbors. And in a month, all your neighbors are dead except for the neighbor right next to you. You have 2 choices. You go over there and kill him, or you leave. That's it. I love curry. Curry is my favorite. I like chicken masala with curry, extra spicy. Oh, I got to stop doing that. Got dizzy. How do you leave? On foot, on the back of a fucking camel, crawling, in a jet, swim. You get the fuck out. But you cannot leave. They have it all surrounded. Fine. I mean, you could keep saying that all you want. When there's 2 million people there, right? And 50,000 people have been killed, right? And let's say, I don't know if this is true. Let's say 25,000 of them are bad guys. And when I say bad guys, I mean people who actually get to wear the Hamas jersey with the sign on it that says Hamas. You got an official jersey. Yeah, another 25,000 people are going to die. Oh, that Mike Sandone. Play the Indian congressman saying he's going to file articles of impeachment against Trump. Oh, it's crazy. Israel says 12,000 are bad guys. Listen, I hear you. So they killed 12,000 and then 30 and then another 28,000 got killed. Yep. You pick the number. I don't believe it's 12,000. I saw some stat that I'm more likely to believe that 87% of the people there would love to kill every single Jew. And I believe that stat. I'm also open to being wrong. That's why I want to have Ryan Dawson on. Maybe he'll unfuck me. I'm not pro killing people. I'm looking for a clip. You're gonna love this clip. Damn, where's that guy's Someone sent me this yesterday from Twitter. This is amazing. By the way, did you see in the first 100 days they're saying that Trump has the lowest approval rating of any president in 70 years, and then they showed him compared to Biden, and Trump is at 42% and Biden was at 52%. Just think about that for a second. The retarded old guy who wasn't running the country, who on Easter, on isn't Easter Resurrection Day? On Easter, the White House made a post saying today is National Tranny Day. On Easter. Like, hey, how about fuck you, dude? How about fuck you? You can't wait one day to do that? How about when that Christian school was attacked by that fucking tranny in Texas? And that day, the White House Twitter or Instagram put out, we offer our condolences for all trannies, and we hope that everyone will be safe and not attack them. Some shit like that. Like, are you even fucking kidding? Who are they even polling? I know. Anyway, this is amazing right here. Here we go.
Missing. The polls this week showed Trump has the lowest 100-day approval rating since they started polling 80 years ago, the lowest. Even worse, 72% of Americans think it's likely that Trump's handling of the economy will walk us directly into a recession. In people who hate what Trump is proposing. Yes.
There's a poll out today that has your approval ratings lower than any other congressional leader at 17%.
So now, it's CNN asks the question. So he just told us that Trump has the lowest poll ratings in fucking American history since they started polling of any president in the first 100 days. Guy from CNN says, what do you think about the polls that have you ranked approval rating at, this is Chuck Schumer, at 17%, the lowest of any congressional member in Congress, of the 435 or 535 people in Congress, including the congressmen and the senators. It's always confusing, right? Because the whole thing's called Congress, but they have congressmen and senators, but all together they're called Congress. I feel like I just learned that, like, just now. So CNN says, excuse me, Mr. Schumer, you have the lowest approval rating of anyone in Congress at 17%. You want to hear his fucking answer?
Are you concerned that you may be a liability for your party?
Polls come and go. Our party is united. We're on our front foot. We're stepping forward, going after Trump and having real success.
Polls come and go, like the one in my mouth. Polls come and go. After he just, the whole basis of his up is polls. The definition of recession has changed. It used to be 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth. I think Bernie Gannon should have been Asian or Indian. Anyway. Wild, right? Chuck Schumer. There's a clip going around with Adam Schiff talking about how, you remember when Adam Schiff was in San Francisco and his car got broken into and they stole all his luggage? There's a clip going around about how he went into a Target store and bought some stuff. And he told the cashier that basically he got robbed. And that's why he's buying all this stuff. And the cashier says to him, yeah, the Democrats, the asshole Democrats have ruined San Francisco. And he said at that point he knew. At that point he knew something was wrong. It's like, what? He was talking about how he was shocked everything was locked up in the stores. It's like, where have you been? Yesterday, I took my kids to the dentist, and it's in one of those like office complexes where there's like, 100 offices. Like one's it's all medical shit. One's a physical therapist, one's a dentist, one's an eye doctor, shit like that, right? And as I'm pulling up into the parking lot, there's a lady who's like 65 years old. She's in high heels, pantyhose, a really tight skirt, a very nice pink blouse, and her hair's done meticulously, and she has earrings. And she's wearing a mask. Like, hey, at the point that you're wearing a mask still, she's just walking around in the parking lot like she's going to one of the buildings. At the point you're wearing a mask, why are you even like, she was so uncomfortable in the heels. She looked like Mr. Burns on The Simpsons. She was all hunched over and shit. Do your kids floss? Of course. We have floss all over my house. I have like 3 floss in every car. I have floss in the junk drawer. There's always on that, that little table you'll have in your living room where your TV is. There's always like some floss there. Everyone in my family's addicted to flossing. Floss. I heard you're not. I've heard floss doesn't do anything, but I think it does. I love floss. Do you remember that? Do you remember the tranny CrossFitter out of South America? You guys remember that? She was on a team, or he was on a team. I think this is ours. I think this is one of us. Right here.
Today's men invading women's sports update. At this last weekend's U.S. Masters National Championships, Hugo Anna Caldas, a man, if you couldn't tell, took first place in
he looks hot there.
5 different women's individual events.
Anna Caldas.
HeCheated.org broke this story. But there's only a few men doing this. What's the big deal? Well, just one man has taken 5 medals in one weekend from women. Anna also does women's CrossFit and wins prizes there he shouldn't get to, by the way. But if you told people that a man that looked like this would get to compete in the women's category a few years ago, you would have been laughed at. Today, you'd be condemned as insensitive and uncaring, unless you condone dudes like this getting to strip women of their opportunities and their privacy. So what's up, U.S. Masters Swimming? Why won't you stand up for women? Why won't you protect women and their opportunities and spaces? And by the way, this shows you why an executive order won't solve this problem, because U.S. Masters Swimming is a private sports governing body, and they just ignore the president's executive order, and that's exactly what they did. Today,
is this one of ours? This is one of ours, right? I'm pretty sure this was at the games. So this is a man who became a woman, a Brazilian. Kind of looks like Pinheiro a little bit. This isn't Pinheiro though, right? This is a different. But I'm pretty sure this is one of ours. Out in the wild. Random beaver. Yeah, isn't that one of ours? This is where Brian Friend would be very helpful. What's the last name? Hugos or something? Victoria Hugos or Hugos? Oh, Hugo Anna Caldas. Hugo Anna Ana Caldas Caldas. I I remember working at CrossFit and someone being like, "Hey, come look at this," and they pulled me over to the computer and they showed me in the open that had that Hugo character had changed from man to woman and had 2 different, like, open names or something. This one has a dick, not an enlarged clit from PEDs. Oh. Anyway, kinda cool to see one of ours make national news. And it's kind of proof that look at I mean, you can be a great CrossFitter and be a great swimmer. That's kind of like my takeaway. I'm very upbeat and positive, though. Um, Sevi, I need your help. Can we get Dr. Lance back on to explain how circumcision works? I don't know how the remaining skin doesn't go all the way down to the root. Have you seen the machine that they use, Jake, to snip? Have you seen it? I played a animation of it one time. It's fucking nuts. It's fucking nuts. It's basically like this circular scissors. It's like a gun. And they take the baby, they take it and it's a ring and they shove it between the foreskin and the baby's penis. You guys have to understand something. When a boy is born, his foreskin's not loose. It's attached to his helmet. You know how your fingernail doesn't flop around and there's some like human glue that holds your fingernail down to your finger? There's a membrane there, like two-sided tape under your fucking fingernail. And it holds your fingernail to your skin. And I don't know if you know this, but there's fucking millions of nerves underneath that fingernail. Don't quote me on this. Don't quote me on this. But I heard that membrane that holds the foreskin to the helmet of the penis when you're born has more nerves than the rest of the entire body combined. Think about that. And then they shove that let's say this is the foreskin. Let's say this is the foreskin around the penis, my hand, and the sock is the penis. They shove this device over the helmet and it rips the foreskin off the helmet like this. And then there's a clamp, and then there's a clamp up here on top, and it just pinches off the foreskin and it falls off. It's fucking gnarly. It's fucking gnarly. A friend of mine who had a baby here in California, you guys all know who it is. He told me that when his wife in Santa Cruz, his wife had a baby here in Santa Cruz, and then they took the baby to another room. He didn't go with the baby. And he heard that the sounds his baby made from that room when they clipped the foreskin were sounds he's never heard come from a human being. It's crazy. I'm telling you, it's fucking. If you looked into it for 2 minutes, you would think it's batshit crazy. Maris, when my mom was giving birth, another baby in the hospital had a botched circumcision, and the baby's parents left the hospital with a daughter. Do you know, Maris? That's an amazing. Thank you for sharing that. The very first tranny ever, like medical tranny. I'm not talking about like just like I know someone's gonna be like, that's not true. Before Christ, there's historical documentation of women, men, or whatever. I'm telling you, the first tranny in the United States that was the official tranny. It was at UCLA, I think, and Rolling Stone did an article on it that was absolutely nuts. And it was a botched circumcision. They accidentally chopped off this kid's fucking dick, and so the doctor's like, and he was a twin. And they're like, fuck it, this one's going to be a girl. And they raised it as a girl. And fuck that kid all up. Sevi, we get it. It's no big deal. Millions of men have survived it. Just let them do it. It's okay. So what? whatever, whatever. Just do, yeah, whatever. Yeah, most survive. It's fine. So they lose the fucking more nerves on the tip of their penis than any other. It's fine. Don't worry. It makes me uncomfortable to talk about it. So let's just hide it. Dude, I'm telling you, Miss Lynn. Oh, listen, look at this. You look like a librarian, Miss Kathleen. Sevon Podcast 604, transgender athlete at CrossFit Games with Hiller Fit episode. Oh, no, wow. Okay, so Hiller did something on it? Or I did something on it? That's cool. We did something on it. Botched circumcision. Holy shit. We're covering some turf today. Covering some turf. I refuse to listen to this.
How many Canadians know there's an electric vehicle mandate in place right now? It was without a debate in Parliament that says by 2035, you can no longer buy in Canada a hybrid or gas car. You have to buy an electric automobile. It was quietly put in place by the Environmental Minister, Guy Beau, in the last Parliament, and he just changed SEPA, the Environmental Protection Act. And all they did was said that all vehicles made in Canada have to have zero emissions. It's an example where government thinks they know best. And, the examples we give of why this doesn't work, not only with the cold climate we have here and rural Canadians who, need their vehicles, but Peterborough just had a power outage 3
Power outage.
weeks ago. It was one of the only Sundays we didn't door knock, and power was out for 5 days. At that point, you don't have a car.
What the fuck? Does someone have a solution to that? You make it so it's illegal to have gas-powered cars? And what if the power goes out? Yeah, thank you, Ken. Well said. Kathleen, the historian and Dewey Decimal System of the Sevon podcast. Kathleen got that hot librarian look, huh? Like you're in the 7th grade and you go in the library and she's behind the desk and you're like, what the fuck? Whole time you're staring at her blouse, just hoping you can see, like when women wear button-up shirts and you're a little kid and you're just like trying to look through there. Like, did I just see her bra? I think I saw a bra. When I used to cover arm wrestling tournaments, there was this lady who ran the arm wrestling tournaments and her tits were so fucking big that it tested the thread count on every shirt she wore. She was old. She's probably like 65. It was crazy. But you didn't even have to try to look in between her. You know what I'm talking about, Pat. You know that spot on the thread count on a chick's shirt, then the buttons are getting pulled open and you can see the bra in there. Like you can't even see anything, but you're just excited because you can see, you know what I mean? Like there's no reveal. You don't see any boob, but you're just excited because you could see past the shirt. What were we talking about? Oh, Canadian vehicles. Yeah.
If you have an electric vehicle and you can't power it, it's an example where government thinks they know best. Or our alternative is, if you as a family believe that you want an electric vehicle, then buy one. Make sure you get the adapter in your home. As a government, our job is to make sure the infrastructure is there, the power grid, if we need whatever that power supply is. But it's not to tell you to buy that vehicle. And that's the difference in a nutshell between conservatives and liberal governments. Not many Canadians know there's an electric vehicle mandate.
Yeah, Canada's leader was their new guy was sat on the board for World Economic Forum. He's a full Klaus Schwab stooge. Hey, how do Canadian elections work? Someone was saying that there could be another vote within a year. How does that shit work? It's so weird how they can they just have dudes step down or they can call their own elections. Olivia, step 2, that's how they get 15-minute cities. Pat, you why do you always miss the argument, dude? Why? How is it that it's always you? Pat says, when the first gas-powered vehicle was invented, the narrative was, this ain't going to work. Where are we going to get gas? Where are you going to get it fixed? They figured it out. New shit is okay. Pat, no one is against electric vehicles. It's out the outline and not giving people choices. How do you not see that? How do you always pivot over to Tardland? Do you live in Tardland? That being said, this show would only be 10% worse if we didn't have a token retard in the chat. Chase Bryan, I'm against them. They are gay. Gay. There's no such thing as renewable energy. Yash, I have a serious question for you. How do more isolated regions who can't implement the renewable energy or electric setups manage this? No one understood what you asked. No. You were against EV no, I was never against electric vehicle. I had honest discussions about it. This Armenian hobbit is on smoke today. I respect it. He is under smoke. Serious question. Why hasn't Yash blocked Sevan? What the fuck? Why would he block me? What did I do? I like Yash. I like all the Indian dudes. Storm, Yash, and Devesh. They're my favorite Indian dudes. My name is Storm Williams. I am an Indian man. Yes, and I still would call them libtards. You called people libtards who bought EV. Fine. Cool. 100% did. Okay, fine. I'm not against electric vehicles. Make them happen. You cannot mimic the voice without the head wobble. I have to do the head wobble very gently or else I start to get dizzy. I'm an old man. I think those small little things in my ear, those little I don't know what they call, but they help you with your balance. And if they get shaken up, they make it so you start spinning. I hate it when I'm on the show and I start spinning. Like I just started spinning a little bit. I hate that. Too vulnerable for me. Hate roller coasters. I can't stand a roller coaster. Now, Pat, just because I say I hate roller coasters doesn't mean I think that all roller coasters should be banned. You don't got to jump to fucktardland. Patrick, you don't have to jump to fucktardland. I am not suggesting that they ban all roller coasters just because in my personal world, I do not find them as an enjoyable product and I find them as despicable. And Pat, have you ever thought maybe it's my own insecurity around roller coasters? Have you ever thought maybe it's my own insecurity around electric cars? I can't afford one. So it just manifests that I don't like it. I can't ride on roller coasters. When my dear kids say, Heidi, can you go on the roller coaster with us? And I'm thinking in my head, fuck no, I'm a pussy. When I can't provide for my family, you ever think of that? No, Mike, I don't think you're right. Pat is really immoderate if you listen closely. Here's the problem. No, I disagree. Pat is a full-blown conservative, but his wife and family and friends are so libtarded that it would break his fucking soul if he found out that he was like Pat is surrounded by little Hitlers, by just fascist socialist scumbags that would pile bodies like cordwood. Half of the people Pat knows or who work for Pat also take money to be bussed around the country to do protests on the weekends to make extra cash. And Pat's like crazy conservative, and this is the only place in his life where he gets that fix. And so he comes here so he can let out a little bit because he knows we love him and we accept him. He knows many of us have been in the same situation. Dude, Sevan, have you ever had lavash? Hey, dude. Growing up, I need to get lavash. Growing up on top of my refrigerator. Did you guys do this too? I didn't know Indians did this. Growing up, my entire life as a child. Holy shit, Yash, you really brought back a good memory. Sitting on top of my refrigerator. You know how if a refrigerator slides into a wall? Well, we had a little space. We had a little space on top of our refrigerator. I don't know if ours slid into the wall, but we had a space on top of it. And on top of the refrigerator at all times was this bag. It was like this big. It was huge. And it had a giant circular lavash in it. And I would reach up there, or I'd get a stool and break off a piece, or I'd pull out a huge one. And it was always broken, right? You were always hoping to pull out one whole big piece of lavash and it would be round, but it was always broken. And then you take it and I would run water over it. And then if you're patient and you wait 30 seconds, the lavash gets soft. Is that what you're talking about? That hard cracker bread and you run water over it? God, I love that shit. I don't know if my kids have ever had that. And we had real string cheese as a kid too, not that dumbass shit that they sell like at Safeway or Whole Foods. We had like big, huge chunks like this that were braided together and you could pull off like the longest strings. Yeah, lavash is amazing. I wonder if I can Google that and see. No, oh, we did that kind of thin flatbread too. That's not what I'm talking about. We did that lavash too. Mine was like a cracker bread lavash. That one we only got when we went to Los Angeles, but a cracker. We had like a cracker bread lavash. Yeah, you're talking about the one you buy in a bag and it's folded up like sheets. I always wanted to pull that out and see how big that was as a kid too. Yeah, that shit's cool. I don't see the hard cracker one. I don't see the big round. Oh, I think I found it. Crispy round lavash. Yeah, I ate so much of that. Oh, here it is. I fucking found it. Holy shit. I found it. Well, I'm gonna. Oh wow, it only has a 3-star rating. I'm gonna order this on Amazon right now, so my kids can see it. This is it. Only one left. Wow, I'm ordering that. Thank you. You just sold me something. That's crazy. Oh my goodness, I am not ordering it. $32 to have that delivered. Holy shit! Take that out of the cart. Never mind. Not ordering. It's a $9 piece of bread for $32 delivery. Here you can buy 7. Here's a case of lavash for $75. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to look into that more. I'm Storm Williams. You could find something local. Just make it. Oh, please. Tell my wife to make it. I made a steak yesterday. That was trippy. My wife walked by the oven and she was watching me make it. And she rolled her eyes at me, I think. I put a half stick of butter in there. I don't think my wife uses any butter. And then she's like, you put way too much salt in there. I had it completely covered in salt. And she was right. It was way too salty. I don't even know. And then yesterday when I was done working out, there was a steak and she'd put it in the slow cooker to keep it warm for me. And I was like, hey, this steak is overcooked. And I knew as soon as I said that, I shouldn't have fucking said that. I knew, like, the difference in our quality of cooking is like I'm a 1 and she's a 10. Like I should not be critiquing her cooking. And then she's like, okay, next time I won't warm it up for you. And then I really knew I fucked up. That's when I really knew. That's when. Yeah, but nobody likes overcooked steak. I know, but that's the least of my wife's issues. Like her steak is never overcooked. And I should have just been like, oh, thank you for warming it up. Like There was no reason for her to think anything differently, because everything what she does with food around me is perfect. Like, there's just always food around me, and I shouldn't have, like, interrupted the flow. Like, what I'm like fucking Trump. I'm fucking gonna fuck up the supply chain. I live on a liberal ass campus and grew up with kids who are total liberal idiots. Me too. They got paid to be on campus to protest Israel. They got paid to go to DC. They got paid. Oh yeah. Is Pat denying that? Pat doesn't know that. Pat, ad hominem is like if when you say dumb shit, and instead of me addressing the dumb shit, I call you a fucking retard. That's ad hominem. I don't stay on the subject. I attack the messenger. It's like when you attack the messenger. So that now you know. Ad hominem. Holy crap! It's been an hour and 20 minutes. I don't even feel like I found my voice yet this morning. Someone in the YouTube comments called me funny yesterday. That made my day. I read that 3 times at 3 different times during the day. Thank you. It's so much better than fuck this guy. Standy gave my show yesterday a -10. Did anyone else think yesterday's show was bad? I understand David Weed's take on it. Fuck this TMZ shit or whatever. Or this guy doesn't deserve that time. I deserve that. Hattie, you should be having steak every night. By the way, every time I see you on a video, it makes me smile. You're such a good girl. I remember you and your whole team at West Coast Classic. What a positive, cool group of people. Patty the Hottie. Was it? It was like, oh, was it? It was. Oh, was it? It was like beating a dead horse. God, doesn't Jason look like Matthew? See that kid in in between Jason and Barkemeyer? I shouldn't say this. I'm so pro child, but I shouldn't say this. That kid, that kid has reduced the amount of pussy Jason gets by 50%. Not because of that kid, but that's just what, like, when you see a kid standing like that, like, I know. I feel your pain, Jason. I feel your pain. Imagine I have 3. Your wife goes to bed. You're like, all right, I'm go to bed too and get a piece of that. She walks in there. She's got she's wearing your boxers, and she's got one of those like old tank tops on that she's had for 10 years with the spaghetti straps, and titties are all perky, and you see the nipples, and like she walks by and you see the little sway back and her bulbous fucking black butt on my Jew bitch, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna go in there and get a piece. And you walk in there, and there's a kid in your bed sleeping. And it's 10 p.m. Do you bring her back out to the couch? You turn her around? Yeah, my wife got a black girl's ass. Not like the big black girl's ass, but like well, it's big. It like sticks out. Like you could set a cup of water on my wife. Like if my wife's standing next to me in the kitchen, I was drinking water, I could rest it on the ledge of her ass. Like got like off her back, and she's not a sway back either. She's not one of those people who like is over arch. She just got like just fucking just a cannonball for an ass. It's crazy. So fun to look at. Yeah, bubble butt. Yeah, it probably doesn't. In the fucking 300 lunges and 300 air squats she does a week, in single workouts, keeps that thing crazy. No, not. Oh, is that sprinters have that ass? Really? My wife was an ice skater so as a kid, and it's like her legs never lost that shape. It's like crazy. She got big feet, small ankles, big calves, small knees, big quads, big hammies, big ass. And yeah, it's crazy. Like her legs are like so they're so crazy. Oh yes. Thank you. Yes. Yes, Evan. The lateral movements, etc. Glute medius be popping. uh Dude, Yash, I had this Indian girlfriend in college. Holy shit. It was crazy. It was crazy. She was such a good girl. It was crazy. Her body was crazy. That's a highly underrated that it's not that it's underrated, it's just not even rated at all. It's not on people's radar, but God, I want to tell you some stuff about her, but I just don't think it's appropriate. I have to make sure my wife's not listening to this show. I mean, I don't think she'd care. I've already said enough, but uh Sevi, did you ever date white chicks? No, white chicks like tall guys. No white chicks for me. Of course I dated fucking white chicks. I'm very curious what's going to happen to Canada. All right. Tuttle twins. Let's move on to the Tuttle twins. Mr. Lang, this is for you, buddy. I'm sure I would love to see how you're going to process this one, Mr. Lang. Banned in New York. Tuttle twins get banned in New York. Oh, look, the tolerance people are banning books again. This time it's Country Library System in New York that's removed the Tuttle twins book from their shelves. This isn't an elementary school library, Mr. Lang. So don't be like start off with the Republicans ban books. They ban porn in children's elementary schools, you jackass. That was ad hominem. Tuttleton, why? Because, and I am quoting here, our books promote a specific political and economic perspective that clashes with libraries' policies to include all points of view. Yes, really. So in the name of including all points of view, they're excluding ours. That checks out. Books are getting expelled from the Chemung County Library in New York. Why? Some of the content promotes a specific political and economic perspective that clashes with the library's policy to include all points of view. Worthy of note is that this happened in Chemung County, a place that's voted Republican in every presidential election since 2000. Their county legislator is 13% Republicans and 13 Republicans and just 2 Democrats. This could be a wake-up call to those who think that they're safe from this kind of thing. You simply cannot assume that because you live in a so-called conservative community, the institutions around you haven't been captured. Too many people learn too late, and many who call themselves conservative actually don't share any of their values. No, it's the bureaucracy. I guarantee you it's the bureaucracy. Do you know why? Liberals just run for government jobs because they want to be taken care of. They want to be taken care of. Liberals in general, not very they just want to be taken care of. They just want to go to the theater or act in the theater and be taken care of. Stereotypically speaking, of course. I'm generalizing. Too many people learn too late. The people who want to ban books like ours have embedded themselves in every system that gives them access to the minds of the rising generation, especially schools and libraries. What is it, like 90% of all school teachers are libtards? So what are they keeping on the shelves while tossing out our books? A is for activists. Kamala raised her hand. Trans bodies, trans selves. I have all the Tuttle twin books for my kids. And I got the DVDs too. Like, so today I'm about to drive the kids to gymnastics, so I'll put in a Tuttle twin DVD and let them watch it. And then when we get there, I'm like, what did you learn? And yesterday, I asked the boys, we got out of the car. I'm like, okay, what did you learn? They're like, it's okay to talk to people with different points of view. You can still be friends with them. Like, yeah, that's right. That's right. My kids' school tried to put a furry on the field day shirts for the kids and not tell the parents till the day. Tell Pat. Pat doesn't think that happens. I'm not understanding David's contributions today. Can anyone explain to me what happened to David? The Texas House just passed HB 366, which criminalizes political memes if it doesn't include a disclaimer. Bro, are you going through intellectual phase? What are you doing? That's not your role. What are you doing? Pat, you are into banning books. You absolutely do not want porn in elementary schools. You and I see eye to eye on that. You absolutely want porn banned from schools. What are you talking about? Pat says, Pat says, you just spent 10 minutes telling everyone how conservative I am and think I'm banning books. I don't like banning anything. Well, the thing is you're 10% conservative. The 10% of your day that you spend listening to this podcast. The rest of it, you're like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You have to go back into your alternate reality of libtards. Pat, what about the book in your kid's school library, Anal with Uncle Alfred? Alfred does anal. I forgot how much money you used to donate to the show. You should get back to that. That was cool. Yeah, that was when you were 12 daily doses. The Maryland father who was sent to El Salvador, Ecuador, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, accused of being a gangbanger in 2018 court documents. So this is wild. Kilmar Abrego Garcia there's so much evidence against this guy, but more showed up 2 days ago. Kilmar Abrego Garcia was accused of being a gang member in 2018 court papers. The posts reveal as the fight continues over whether the deported illegal immigrant dad was part of MS-13. Abrego Garcia's wife made the claim when he filed documents seeking an emergency court hearing on the custody of the couple's 2 children. She is dating a gang member, Jennifer Vasquez Soto's ex, Edwin Trejo Ramon. Anyway, this is so fucking confusing. Basically, this chick that was married to this MS-13 guy, not only did he beat her and she called the cops, not only did he take a computer from her that she was using and throw it across the room and she called the cops, but her ex-husband, who she has 2 kids with, said in 2018, hey, I'm really concerned about my kids because my ex-wife is married a gangbanger. Everywhere you look, there's some sort of court. There's a paper trail that leads this guy to being a gang member. Not to mention he's an illegal alien, and he was sent back to the country he came from. 2 judges determined he was MS-13. Gangbanger. I don't eat bread at night. If I eat bread, it's only in the morning. And really, I don't eat bread. The only times I eat bread is my wife started cooking sourdough because it's trendy, I guess, and all her friends are doing it, so she wanted to do it. So I've eaten more bread in the last 3 months than I have probably in the last 5 years. But sometimes I'll eat bread if my kid's in the car and he's eating a sandwich, and then he hands it forward to me like I'm done. Other than that, I don't ever go into I don't ever go into a loaf and make my own and like pull out a piece of bread, or I don't do that. That's too much worse. I don't do that. And if I go to restaurants, I maybe I'd eat a burrito or a taco, or maybe. But hello,
What's going on, Savvy?
just fighting off people's false accusations of me eating bread.
Eating bread?
Yeah,
What's wrong with bread? The carbs or what?
I don't know. I just don't eat it. I'm old and fat. I don't eat bread.
But
Yeah,
I thought
sugar. I want to avoid sugar. I will say this:
But
when
when
my wife cooks bread, it's like it doesn't even like affect me like bread. It's so weird. She tried to explain it to me that because where she gets her oats or her flour or whatever, but I didn't understand it.
she's still doing that sourdough, the recipe from Castro or what?
Yeah, from Castro's wife. Yeah. Is this Mitchell
That's
Hooper?
cool. I don't think so, no.
Oh, okay.
Do I sound Canadian or what?
No, I don't know what you sound like. You sound different. You sound like you sound like you drive a lowrider.
Fucking guy. A lowrider. Nah. Hey, quick
See
question.
right there,
so
you
like,
said oh, are you Canadian? No. That was more like a vato, eh?
yeah, that one. So yeah, like this week I had 2 fucking experiences with my kids, right? When they fucking threw me under the bus in front of my wife.
Oh, I hate that
Like,
shit.
I'm
Let's go.
How I mean, yeah, that's why I wanted to ask you is like how do you take that about? Like what happens after they throw you under the bus?
It
For doing some
depends.
sketchy shit.
That it depends. One of my kids just throws me under the bus in front of everyone, and I've had a talk with them. So like I was at the dentist with the kids the other day, and I forget what story I'm telling them, but I'm like telling the dentist a story. Oh, she goes, "Do you guys have any dogs?" And I go, and one of my kids goes, "We did, but they died." And I said, "Yeah, we lost 2 dogs in the last year." My kid's like, "It wasn't in the last year," and he starts explaining it to the lady. And I've told this little motherfucker, I've been like, "Yo, listen. When I'm telling a story, you don't ever fucking correct me until we're out of the room, unless it's gonna make me look good. If I tell someone I got a 10-inch dick, you're like, "No, father, it's 12 inches." But you don't tell them that, "Hey, shit, I lost you. Hold on 1 second. I lost you." You don't tell them, "No, actually, my dad has a fucking micro penis." Like, you don't tell them that. The fuck are you doing? He's the smart one too.
Yeah, the micro penis thing, also fucking threw me off. I was listening to it earlier. I was like, how the fuck? I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
What no shaft.
Yeah, no shaft. Crazy. What ethnicity are you?
Mexican.
And what's your wife?
She's Mexican too.
Oh,
but she actually has papers.
Perfect. Because I'm Armenian and my wife's Jewish, and I swear to God, that's the Jew. That kid's the Jew one. The other 2 are the Armenians. They're like, cool. They're down. They're like, yeah, we're always hustling. The Jew one's like, I must tell the truth. I am smarter than you.
Okay, yeah.
You fucking titty twist you.
But yeah, the example I got this weekend is like we got into the car getting ready to go fucking do groceries or something. And it's like, all right, we get our seatbelts. I was like, all right, everybody got your seatbelts. Like, all right, cool, let's go. And then my son, he's like, well, if we die, we die. I was like, motherfuckers. And my wife caught it. She's like, where did you hear that?
Oh,
like, my dad says, if we fucking die, we're gonna die. I was like, oh, fuck, dude. It's like, I didn't mean it that way. I was like, yeah. So the drive to the grocery store was fucked. I was like, God.
Hey, I get this. Once a day I get this. Like, my 8-year-old will be walking through the house and he's like, I can't find my fucking shoes. And I'm like, oh, I'm so fucked. and I try not to look at my wife, but if I look at her, she's just staring at me and seething. Yeah, I'm like, oh man.
Yep.
And it's every day. One of them does it. And I tell him when we're in the car, I'm like, dude, you can't swear around your mom.
Yeah.
You're gonna fuck it up
that's a
for
big
everybody. Yeah, do not swear around your. Everyone be cool around your mom.
Yeah, because I let them listen to when mom's not in the vehicle. I let them listen to whatever we got on the radio, explicit lyrics and shit, like old school stuff, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, whatever. But
Yeah.
at the same time, because I was like, no, dude, it's like it's not cool to say it all the time because it's gonna come back and bite us in the ass. What is that? Oh, like the other one too is like shit the bed.
Yeah, that's a great
Like
one.
he's like, what does that mean? It's like, what does that mean? You shit the bed? Because he did something stupid there. That's like, you shit the bed. I was like, what? Like, how did I do that? And I had to explain it to him. And then I was like, oh, fuck, that's not going to fucking end out right. He's probably going to use it on the wrong time now.
It is fun when they use those lines at the right time, though, right? Like your
Yeah.
wife, is like, oh, I overcooked the cookies. And your kid's like, you shit the bed, mom. And you're like, damn. You're like, damn.
Yep. And that's right about the time I make the exit out of the fucking kitchen. I was like, well,
yeah, you're I'm going outside.
Yeah. No, yeah.
What are you doing now? What are you doing now? Are you in California?
Colorado.
Oh, and what are you doing now? You driving somewhere?
Hanging out at work.
Oh.
And what service calls for the oil field?
Oh, that's right.
I've called in before.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to like this call out today. It was like took me fucking 2 hours and a half to get here, and I fixed it while you were fucking debating with Pat Lang about when he used to be 12 daily doses. So I was like, fuck yeah, that was a while ago.
Hey, it's
yeah,
it's heating up. Are you seeing a lot of snakes? I saw my first snake in the yard 2 days ago. My kids actually saw it. You starting to see snakes now that winter's going?
Yeah, they're starting to crawl out. They're hiding everywhere and shit. Oh, dude.
Do you like that? I get excited when I see a snake. I like it.
Excited? Fuck that. Dude,
all right.
I'll like watch them like on the National Geographic, but
yes.
I see them out here in the wild. Fuck no, I'm out.
All right, but it must be beautiful there, right? Like in the oil fields, like now, like all the like wildflowers and shit are blooming, and it's got to be cool. It's got to be nice time of year.
Yeah, I mean, there's some scenery out here. Pretty much, it's just fucking dry. Where they set out the pads for the oil fields where the rigs are at. But it's not, I mean,
I picture
with the amount of miles that I drive, yeah, it's good. But no,
I just picture millions of wildflowers everywhere and jackrabbits jumping around and an occasional rattlesnake. No.
Yeah, no, probably the jackrabbits. Yeah, you got a shitload of tumbleweeds and. I mean, it's not. I mean, yeah, I don't know where you've seen. I mean, have you seen that one? What is that? Landman?
No. Oh no,
fucking
I haven't
Amazon
seen that. I heard it's
series?
great though. I haven't seen it. I heard it's great.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, yeah, they cheesed it up really good, but I mean, it's all right.
He has the same job as you.
The shit that happened is like, no, I'm not that. No, I'm not that fucking dude. No.
Oh.
I'm lower down on the ship hole. I just fix shit that. To keep them in production.
All right. Well, in a few minutes, I will be driving also 45 minutes to take the kids to gymnastics. So think of me.
Are you going to be listening to all of Mitch Hooper's previous videos?
No, I'm done with Mitch. Poor Mitch.
Fucking Mitch.
Hey, what do you think?
What a fucking dumbass, dude.
Do you think his wife drags him on the internet? You think she makes a post and drags him?
It's like you said yesterday. I hope she doesn't. I was like, that's type of the shit that you have to keep at home.
Yeah.
But he already fucked that up. But, I
yeah.
mean, he's a celebrity. I mean, who gives a fuck what he does?
Hey, but I don't even think really. I wouldn't put him in the celebrity camp. What
would you call it?
I mean, dude, like the guy who probably won fucking 2024 Lowrider of the Year probably has more followers than Mitch Hooper. He's like just a niche drug user that's parlayed his drug use into lifting heavy shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think it's so niche and weird. But the sad part is like he literally that thing he wrote literally opened up 20 questions for all the readers, and at the end said, "Please leave me alone." It's like, what you just made a post that got our brains spinning, and now we're supposed to leave you alone. It made no sense.
So what is that in the chat that like people think or they assume that you know something that we don't know? Or what? How did it go down? Like, did he like was he under
I don't know what
under pressure that he's like, oh, I got to let it out, or did his wife catch him, or
hey, what he did would be like if your phone rang and you told your wife, hey, please don't look at my phone and don't ask me about who's calling me at 9 o'clock at night, and I don't want to talk about it. Please respect my privacy. Your wife would be like, what the fuck, vato? Your phone's ringing at 9 p.m. and that's, I mean, all you did is draw her attention to it. You know what I mean? And now she's going over there and she sees it says Angie, nice tits. And you're like,
yeah,
you're fucked.
Vatos don't wake up from that shit.
you don't end up, you go missing.
Yeah. Yeah. They plaster your face on a milk carton after that.
It's like, wow, dude, you pointed at so many crazy things and then asked us not to ask any questions about it. That's not even possible.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks. I mean, the most fucked up part thing is that she's pregnant. And this guy, I mean, how long had it been going on with Kate? For years or what?
I don't know. But also, too, that I'm telling you, like, do you have kids?
I have 3.
Yeah. And the reason why you have 3 is because after the first one, that pussy gets magical. And so the fact that he's with another girl while he got the magic pussy at home is I don't get it.
The hamburguesa.
Yeah, the hamburguesa. Yeah. Yeah. Everything's all bulbous and swollen. The ass, the tits, the vagina. Everything's just like your girl turns into a water bed.
And I was there for the 3 when she was in labor, but the third time is when I was like fucking face fronted, right in front of it. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, it was a what do you call it? Like there ain't coming back from that. Like magical. I'm like, god damn. Like it's something magical. But the first 2 of them, I didn't watch it. I was just like behind it. I seen it come out and everything, but I wasn't right in front of it. I seen it come out, but it was all right.
Congratulations on the 3 kids. That's really cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. And just like you said, they're the 3 of them were love babies.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
We're pretty blessed to have them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't like a pull out miss and we're fucked now. They were all planned.
I got 2 of those, but it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's good talking to you, Sebby.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling.
Blessed day. We'll talk later. Have a good one. Bye.
I don't want Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway fighting each other. I do not. Why would you have them fight a third time? Who wants to watch that? I do not want to watch. Max Holloway probably only has 1 or 2 fights left. Dustin Poirier only has 1 or 2 fights left. Why not have him fight someone else? I do not want to watch them fight each other. No, that fight is not awesome. You're an idiot. I don't want to watch that. It's like watching 2 of my friends fight each other. I'm not interested. Yeah, that's what it's like. That's what it's like circumcising a kid, Grant. Did we just change with no transition? Yeah. Just snipped the foreskin right off, lopped it off. Welcome to the world. We're taking you in the back room and chop off your most valuable asset while you're here on planet Earth. You fucking idiots. There we go. You're fucking clueless, Sevon. All right. Someone wrote in the comments, we all know more than Sevon. It's like, yeah. If you didn't know more than me, I wouldn't let you in the fucking chat. I only read smart people's comments. Foreskin's the most valuable asset? Yeah, when you're born. Yeah. That's all you got. You have foreskin, Sevi? Yeah, I have 1. I have 1 foreskin. That's right. I do. I have 1. That's correct. You're right.
Had no time for emergency callers and no time to talk to us either. After getting a court-appointed attorney, Williams refused to answer any questions on why she allegedly hung up on people calling 911 for help. One caller was trying to report a store robbery that resulted in the clerk being killed.
There was one recording where she hung up on a gentleman who was calling to report people who were racing on the freeways. And after the phone call is disconnected, you can still hear her speaking. And what she says is, ain't nobody got time for this for real.
Williams only faces 2 misdemeanor.
She's a 911 operator. She said, ain't nobody got time for this for real. By the way, this is one of those shirts I was talking about. If she would have bought that shirt in 2 sizes smaller, it would have like stretched out the buttons and you could see the bra in there.
Counts of interference with an emergency telephone call, but there could be many more cases. Williams only faces 2 misdemeanor counts of interference with an emergency telephone call, but there could be many more cases out there.
We were able to narrow down in our period about 825 calls where somebody was actually calling 911 and not the non-emergency line, that she hung up on that person and that they called back within 5 minutes.
So 825 times after she took a call, someone called back within 5 minutes. You have to assume that's because she hung up on him. Ain't no one got time for this for real. Oh, that does look like Joe. That's a good eye, David. Wow, that does look like Joe. Joe's such an overachiever. Joe's probably a DA somewhere also. Excuse me.
Williams could spend 1 year in jail for each charge against her.
This is crazy. I asked you not to call here again, honey. Oh shit! What is this one?
Oh, but I can't talk. Hey, LaRonda. No, I got 4 people on hold, but I can't talk.
Hey, that's the thing. There are these jobs that are just stereotypical jobs, and it's for a reason. Black women go to college, and 65% of them go to work for the government, and this is the kind of jobs they get: dispatcher, DMV, HR. And you know why they're so fucking miserable. That's a miserable existence. A fucking miserable existence. Fuck, it's crazy. And then, of course, the other dispatcher is the 65-year-old lady who's a recovering alcoholic. Not even a recovering alcoholic. She's still an alcoholic, and she takes cigarette breaks 8 times a day. That's the other one. She has 6 kids. Her job as a dispatcher is an upgrade from working at 7-Eleven. That's the white version. God. Oh, Child Protective Services. Yes, thank you. Welfare office. It just is. It just is. It just is that way. Hey, Jonathan, is that Paige Powers climbing next to her? Who's that chick climbing next to her? That chick is hot. Is that Paige? Ortega, who is that? Damn. Paige looks good. Having a baby turned Paige into a woman. That Paige? Yeah, that's Paige. Damn. That's incredible. She looks amazing. Of course, Austin looks absolutely savage. When I walk through the house, if I naked, if I like, I know there's a couple spots where there's mirrors, like I avert my eyes. Like I don't look. I'm like, oh shit, here he comes. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, there he is. Don't look. But if if I had Austin Hatfield's body, I would just like stop and look in the mirror. I just stare. Oh, hey, how you doing? Share the screen, douche. I can't. It's a private text message. I can't. I want to. I can't. Plus, I don't like sharing. I'm so horrible at sharing the screens when it's not on the internet, because then all sorts of other shit, like you can see all the shit behind my. I never know what's going to be back there. Like, what if I have a text message from someone and it's like, and it's bad? Did I lose you? What's that sound I hear? No, I don't do Pornhub on this computer. I don't do porn in my office. I'm really curious what's going to happen to Letitia James. I wonder if she's going to go to jail. This is a very this is a good place to take the show right here. Anthony Edwards to a Lakers fan. I got $300 million and my dick is bigger than yours. So I guess this guy Anthony Edwards is not on the Lakers. It looks like he's on the Timberwolves. God, they were such a better team than the Lakers. They had this guy on the team named Gobert, Gobert or something, or Goubert, Gobert. He was clowning the Lakers. He was clowning them. Like the Lakers have no rebounding skills compared to this dude. This dude just could just go under the net and get anything and everything. It was crazy. He was clowning them.
Hey, you suck.
Yeah, he says Gobert got 300 million, and then he tells the fans, my dick's bigger than yours. Oh, he got 20 rebounds. Yeah, I watched the show for 8 minutes, and it was like, hey, if you can't stop this guy, never even heard of him, but if you can't stop this guy, you're fucked. You're done. He's over 7 feet tall. Is that true? Yeah, you couldn't even tell how good. He's only 26 years old. You couldn't even tell. God, see, you guys are smarter than me. You guys carry the show. David Weed, Edwards. Look at you guys give the stats. Look at this. Yash is like he had 20 rebounds. Jeremy, he's over 7 feet tall. Ken Walters, he's 26. But the emotional component, the emotional piece, the piece that requires empathy and caring and connecting with other human beings comes from David Weed, our own personal empath. Edwards is super cool. And normally, you have to, you could be distracted and not realize David has these deep perceptions into people because he's so vulnerable that he has to have a rough exterior that might push some people off, but it's really to protect him from the savages of the world, the emotional empathy that he's been gifted with. And so he usually has this barrier up, but that is his skill. Any questions? Anyway, I mean, how far are we? How far is CrossFit from this? Can you imagine if Jason Hopper did that? Like someone heckled him from the crowd and he's like, fuck you, my dick's bigger than yours, bitch. Dude, we're so not ready for the big time. By the way, Jason, please do that. We're so not ready. We're so not ready for the big time. We're upset because Hiller calls someone out on squatting. I mean, we are a fucking embarrassment when we talk about going pro. Dude, we have the emotional, as a collective, we have the emotional and intellectual thickness of skin that's thinner than a sheet of paper. Oh my God, he said I didn't squat all the way. Oh, he said my girlfriend has nice tits. Don't comment on her body. She might kill herself, even though she works out in her bra and panties. Shut the fuck up. Gobert got 200 million. Look at Gobert's like, nah, I got 300, fool. I'm a 10. I've been to the, what did they say? He's been to the All-Star game like 10 times or some shit. He got 300 million. I got 300. He even grabbed his dick. My dick bigger than yours. He grabbed his shit. He's like, he's holding his dick right there in a stadium through a thin piece of clothing. He's holding his meatsicle. Just think about that. Think about that. Where's my? He's holding his dick like in front of a stadium full of people with just a thin piece of cloth on it. Like that. That's it. Get your CEO wristbands now at Vindicate. Also get this shirt at Vindicate now. VNDK8.com. So there's a guy in a playoff game, the biggest time of the year in this sport, young, handsome, having a pleasantries, an intimate exchange with the fans, arguing his point because they're the away team. He's fighting with the home crowd, and he's letting them know, my boy's richer than you, and my dick is bigger than yours. And he's like this. But Andrew Hiller can't say, but I can't say Danny Spiegel's shirt's too tight. We're fucked. Danny's response should have been like, Sevi, you like that? I'll send you one. I guarantee you there's 5 chicks in the fucking within a 20-foot diameter of him who are like, damn, I'm gonna suck that dick tonight. I don't think Yash I don't Yash, hello, how are you? Nice to see you again, Yash. I don't think Yash is saying Edwards basically got 300 million. I don't think Edwards is saying he got 300 million. I think he's saying his buddy Gobert, their 7 foot 26-year-old man got the 300 million. Thank you. You look like Cleopatra in that video. Thank you for showing this video. Yeah, you're welcome. What the fuck? Where's Standy? This show has gone downhill. David to the defense. Oh no. Standy 100%, but he have some good minutes now and then. David, the only thing that keeps me coming back is the chat. That hurts me so much. Standy, you get your news from this show, sweetheart. Timberwolves went on to win. I accidentally saw the final game last night. Now back to a big fat dose of reality for NBA players. The average NBA career lasts just 4 years, and most players go broke within 5 years after retirement. Lou Williams reveals how the money disappears fast. Taxes slash half your income. Agents take up to 4%. Union dues eat another chunk, and flashy lifestyle drains the rest. It's a harsh reality. A $5 million contract might leave you with less than $1.5 million in actual usable income, which could get you a one-bedroom house in Santa Cruz, California.
4 years is the average lifespan of an NBA career, and it take us 5 years after that to go broke. Easy numbers game. I do it like this. You make $5 million, 2.5 of that gone. You got agent fees, probably another 50 of that gone. You got your dues. A lot of people don't know we got dues for the NBPA.
So
yeah,
what?
you got dues. So everybody put their money in the pot. So you figure you got 450 NBA players. I think the dues is 15 to 20 grand a year. Everybody put it in the pot. That's how we able to get our health care and all of that type of
I
shit.
didn't know that.
Then you got your personal staff.
Right,
Financial
yeah.
advisor is probably
Is he wearing? Is that a towel he's wearing? What the fuck is he wearing? Is that a towel?
1%. Agent at a high number is gonna get 4%.
Right.
But you can negotiate from 1 to 4.
Okay.
So before you look up, you probably at 1.5 million off of 5 with nothing. And these Benzes that we keep talking about in these mansions and shit, these girlfriends and these Chanel bags. Before you know it, you not a millionaire no more.
Right.
You a high thousandaire. On paper, you can tell a motherfucker, fuck you, I'm a millionaire.
Right.
In real life, a lot of that pie gone. 4 years.
Real life, a lot of that pie gone. May your day only get better. Love you guys. What's today? Thursday? I feel like there's something on today. If you didn't watch Coffee Pods and Wads yesterday, the chemistry between Taylor and Seth, some dude from Hawaii, Taylor and John Young and Pedro is awesome. Pedro's command of the show is like next level. Absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed that show. I was bummed. I had to watch it at 2 times speed to catch up because I turned it on. It kind of sucks that it's so short, but I get it. I get it. I'm sure there's something on today somewhere. Check your usual spots. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.